to another morning coffee talk with Tristan. I'm going to give you my rapid reaction to the NFL the morning after. We're going to drink some coffee. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to talk about some bets that I placed. We're going to talk about some things that I've noticed and bets that I won, bets that I lost. So we're going to hit that real quick. So it's funny. So I didn't have time to post a video on TikTok this week for what I liked. I got a little busy, but I did do pretty decent on the 1 p.m. games. But the funny part about that is, so I went 6-1. If you go on the Discord, you can see I went 6-1 on 1 p.m. games. The problem with that one loss was, though, it was not only my biggest play, I picked the Broncos to win. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. So I read the board perfectly. Other than that, like I did really well. I even hit the Packers at halftime, not halftime. Whatever point in the game that Derek Carr got hurt, I bet the Packers at plus 800 to win the game. I saw the board well. I bet the board well, except for that game, and it hurt. But I made it up with the Packers bet, but it's just not the point. Um, the Broncos bet was my biggest bet of the day. I really, I really and truly thought with the way the line was set at 5.5, with the way, and I took money line. I didn't do points. Like, not that either one mattered, but I did straight money line at 225. I, for some reason, thought Sean Payton would have that team ready going into Sunday. The Dolphins are a great football team, but I knew Jalen Waddle was going to be hurt. I knew that I don't know. I felt like the Dolphins struggled a little bit on the road in New England. So I was like, man, I'm gonna take a shot here. It was one of those, like, I feel good about it. It did not go well, boys. The Dolphins end up hanging a record 70 points, team record 70 points. I don't know that I'll ever have money on the Broncos again this year. I'm not a Sean Payton believer. I'll go ahead and say it straight up and up front. I've never liked Sean Payton. I think he's overrated. I think he's won one Super Bowl, which cool. Yeah, he won the Super Bowl 20 plus years ago, or 15, 10 years. I don't know. I mean, it was 06, 09, something like that. But they just, I don't know. I've never thought Sean Payton was that great of a head coach. I think we're seeing now. It's kind of like Bill Belichick with Tom Brady. Like, he had Breeze his whole career in New Orleans, and he was always in and out of the playoffs every year. Blah 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 blah. But then, like, now you're going to pretty much a rebuild. It feels like in Denver, and you have Russell Wilson, who I don't even talk about, Mr. Unlimited. But I mean, they weren't good. It's just that simple. They weren't good, and so yeah, I did okay Sunday. I was up about 8 units going into Sunday night football. I turned around. I bet, I think, 4 units on a teaser for Sunday night football. It lost, so I ended the day up, I think, 2 to 3 units. It was something like that. Not a great day for football on Sunday, but overall, it was all right. It was all right. We didn't have a losing Sunday, though. I can say that with confidence. I'm now 3 Sundays in a row without a losing Sunday. So let's talk about last night too. Monday Night Football with the Bengals. I didn't even watch the Rams Eagles game. I mean, I'm sorry, the Eagles and Bucks game. That game didn't really interest me a whole lot. Um, so I went in last night and I really liked the Bengals to cover. I took the -3. That first half was an absolute just. It was hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like every time the Bengals got something going, they would have a big play. in the wrong direction, and they'd end up like a second and 18, third and 18, and they just couldn't get anything going. A flag. It was just rough to watch. They come out of halftime looking better. I mean, they beat the brakes off of the Rams all second half, and then all of a sudden, Grandma left the back door open, and they end up the Rams. No, they don't cover. So the original line was 3. It moved to 3.5 with Burrow playing. I got it at 3, so I sweated that whole game for a push under a minute left. Shit like that's frustrating, and honestly, I know better. I should have bought the hook. I have a rule of thumb that I never play. I never play. I don't play 3. I don't play 7, and I don't play 10 because those are winning scores in the NFL or losing scores for that matter. Like you win by 3, you win by 10, you win by 7, a touchdown. That's common NFL shit. I know that, and I still just played the flat 3. I should have just paid the extra little bit of juice for the -2.5. It is what it is, though. We got to push, got a refund. Made it back this morning with tennis. It's all good. Moving on. So that's how bets went. Pretty much, honestly, for betting, it was a week for NFL. So a couple other things I want to talk about. The Browns look like they figured it out. They look pretty good. Let's see, another wrap here. I want to talk about Jordan Love for a minute. I like that kid. I like that kid a lot. I think, dude, the Packers, they don't even mean to, and they draft very high quality quarterbacks. Now, the jury's still out on Jordan Love. He's only like a few games starting into his career. But this year he had a full off season, knowing he was QB1. He starts the year. He's looked pretty damn good, honestly. I don't like he's not out there throwing for 400 yet, but I mean he's not making a ton of mistakes. He had a couple bad throws against the Saints, but when it mattered, I mean he was pushing the ball downfield. He was getting them in field goal range, scoring range, and I mean he led the comeback and he got them a fourth quarter. They had no points heading into the fourth quarter. And the Packers ended up winning by a point. Saints shanked a field goal. Texans. Wow. This is what I'm going to say is more of a knock on the Jags than it is props to the Texans. But you can take it however you want. The Jags don't look like the team that I thought they were going to look like this year because they added Calvin Ridley to that offense this year. And then Trevor Lawrence, I think, is entering his 4th year. It's either 3rd or 4th, something like that. And he doesn't look like he took a step forward at all. I don't remember week 1 exactly, but I don't think they played that well. They lost to the Chiefs and didn't score a touchdown at all in week 2. Then you pretty much lay an egg against your AFC South divisional opponent, the Texans. And you mean to tell me that we're supposed to get behind this Jags team that everybody's talking about, like this is their year to make that run to the AFC Championship game at least? Yeah, I'm not really sold anymore. I mean, I think they got some shit to figure out. Chargers avoided 0-3 start. Cowboys, man. I'm not gonna harp on y'all that much. I did that enough yesterday with my buddy. But they'll be all right. They will be okay. I think they need to be a little concerned about their defense now, though, because I mean you're gonna face a lot better offenses than the Arizona Cardinals, and Josh Dobbs cut them up. James Conner cut them up. I mean, the defense had some good moments, but that game was just ugly for the Cowboys. I don't know why. I don't know how they lost that game like that, but they did. Chiefs dismantled the Bears. I think a lot of people were talking about the Cardinals being one of the worst teams in the league. I don't really don't think that's the case. I think the Cardinals might muster 6-7 wins this year. If I'm being honest, the Bears, they're gonna struggle to get 3 this year. I don't know what's wrong with that organization. I don't know what's happened to that organization. This was an organization that, and I know this because for some reason on Panthers Twitter, Panthers and Bears fans have been going back and forth ever since we traded away the number 1 pick. Bears fans think they fleeced us. We think we fleeced them. You know how it goes. But the Bears, man, they just they had so much hype going into this season. And then like they had their fans were saying they were crowning Justin Fields as the MVP. They were like, man, he's gonna have a Jalen Hurts type year. And I mean, it couldn't be more opposite. Like that team is not good. The defense is not good. DJ Moore is who I knew DJ Moore was going to be. Bears fans thought DJ Moore was the second coming of Jerry Rice. He's not. He's a bottom 32 starter in the NFL. And that hurts for me to say that, man, because I am a big DJ Moore fan. I love DJ Moore, but he is who he is. Like he's not DJ Moore is not going to win you football games. He will not go out there and win you a football game. He's going to get production. He's going to help you win, but DJ Moore will not be the sole reason why you win a football game. He is not Devontae Adams. He is not, these just high end receivers. He's just not who DJ Moore is. That's like honestly, Justin Fields threw a couple of pretty good balls to DJ, and he just dropped them. But that's always been the story with DJ going back to Carolina. Like he I don't know. It's weird. Bears fans will know what I'm talking about if they're watching this. They'll know. But yeah, I kind of see that now. I mean, DJ's just who DJ is. It's what it is. Real quick, what did we not talk about? Jets. The freaking Zach Wilson's terrible. The Bills, man. They had that week 1 upset to the Jets on 9/11 and like it was a movie, and they were not having that shit. They had a beat down last week, and then they beat down the Commanders this week. Bills are getting hot. The league needs to worry about them. Colts upset the Ravens, and then let's talk about the Panthers real quick because that's my team. Whatever. So I think I have a couple things to say about them before we get off here. Let's take a sip of coffee. Okay. I think the offense actually – so we lost that game. We went to Seattle. There's a couple things that were definitely wrong in that game. Like I think we had 8 false starts. That's awful. We had 8 false starts. I get it. You're playing in Seattle, but at what point do you just watch the ball? Like, I don't know. It was just like Zavala kept jumping. Ike Ekwonu, I need him to get it together. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. Like, at least 5 of those were him. At least 5. But anyway, let's get to what really matters. So Bryce Young didn't play. He has an ankle injury. And I say that in quotations because I don't think Bryce is actually hurt. He might have tweaked his ankle. I don't think it's like one of those high ankle sprains that just like he can't play for weeks. I don't think it's like that. I think they saw something those first 2 games with Bryce. Like I know I saw some things to just say like, I mean, I just don't know that he's ready yet. Like I don't. They got to figure out how to speed his clock up in the pocket. They got to figure out how to teach him that open in the NFL is different than open in college football. You got to throw guys open in the NFL. You got to, when they break out of their cut, you got to have that ball there for them. A half a yard of separation in the NFL is open in the NFL. And it felt like those first 2 games, Bryce was feeling really lackadaisy in the pocket. And Dude, these freaking 8, 9, 10 year vets in the NFL will run your ass down. Like you got the this isn't the SEC. This isn't you're not playing the Pac-12. You're playing professional athletes and you've got to get that ball out. I think and so like a lot of Panthers people are overreacting. I don't think there's nothing to overreact to. He's played 2 games in the NFL. He's gonna be fine. But that being said, I really think we for right now we're better with Andy Dalton under center. Andy was dealing in Seattle. Adam Thielen, freaking, I think he had like 10 catches, 145 yards, and a touchdown. Like Andy threw for 360. They didn't cover, they didn't win, they didn't cover, but overall, because honestly, with that offensive production, we win week 1 and 2. Like it's just that simple. We're 0-3, but we've been in every game. And with that offensive production, we're 2-1 right now. So I think we have a very solid chance to beat the Vikings Sunday, who haven't looked good. I think so. But then we go to Detroit. I'm not liking that. And then we go to Miami. I'm gonna watch, obviously, but that's gonna be fucking sickening to watch that game. Fucking Dolphins might throw up another 80. I mean, I don't know though, because if there's been one bright spot on our defense, and I know, like, and that's weird to say, and we allowed 37 points. They kicked 5 field goals to start the game, so 15 of that, just take it off the board. The defense held up like they were supposed to do, and so the one bright spot on our team right now is our defense, but honestly, like they keep getting hurt. Like I think Frankie got hurt. I think a safety got hurt this week. I mean, our team is honestly like not doing well with injuries through the first 3 weeks. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for the morning talk with Triston. I am optimistic about the Panthers. I mean, I have no other choice but to be optimistic about them. I hope they end up getting it together. I hope they end up doing well. We'll see. I hope we win Sunday against the Vikings. All right, so look for me and Coach. I think tonight or at some point today, I think we're gonna do a recap video. Although I kind of just recapped NFL. He might watch this and just tell me he just wants to do college, and that's fine. Wednesday tomorrow we're gonna do pick'em shows. We'll have college football pick'em and NFL pick'em. Join the Discord. It's free, top to bottom. We've had some shit talkers on TikTok, and they like they say that we're scamming people, but I don't know how you get scammed when you didn't have to pay any money. If somebody can comment below this video and tell me that, I would much appreciate it, because you don't have to pay to get in our Discord. You don't have to pay for the picks. There's not a VIP section. There's nothing. It's literally just a sports betting Discord where you don't even have to bet. You can come here and watch sports and talk about sports. Like, it's all free. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.